She sat on her own, wrapped in red cloths of all the sorts, starting off with a white cloth to hold her white, wool-like hair in place, with blue magic gel grease at her thinning edges. Gel that I placed on her after giving her a bath. My great-grandmother, in her red dress, a red sweater, a red skirt, layers on layers. It was summer in Seattle, but for my great-grandmother from Romania, this land had a fig sun. She said it brought no true warmth. And so, the layers and layers of red, only red clothing, and to top it off, the red shawl she wore as her hijab. It was intriguing, as children raised in the church, who knew of their great-grandmother who was a Muslim, and even visited her, but we never had her in our home. When she opened our doors to enter our home, she would say, Allah Akbar, raising her hands, always without fear, Allah Akbar, wrapped in her layers of red cloth. She died a few years after visiting us. It was as if her soul knew, I must visit the land my children's 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 grown. I must see their lands. So she came to our home in SeaTac with our wild, bustling bamboo tree hiding our home. Due to our father's negligence for gardening, he had a weird attachment to hoarding nature, it seemed. Or he was just lazy. But my mom hired someone to cut it. She wasn't lazy, far from it. My great-grandmother was named Yagi, but she went by the name Ukaatee, meaning hidden. My mother said, when you hide something in your armpit. Armpit? I, an American child, thought, she's named after an armpit? But she said, no. When we went to the markets, we would hide jewels and expensive things in our armpits. Okay, I said, accepting the bizarre name. But now I think it's beautiful, oddly enough, how she changed her name. Her great-granddaughter, I, was named Bontu. But now I go by the name Sooreeti. I wonder if we carry traits from our ancestors that we have no clue about. Maybe that's why I whisper, I seek refuge in Allah in Arabic, even though I'm considerably a Christian. My family is an interesting bunch. Muslims, Christians, and Orthodox Catholics. Where will our family reunion be? During the summer of her visit, we had a church picnic. At the picnic, the Christians cackled and sang praises, while also gossiping. Underneath the trees with leaves touched by the sun, my mom stood with the men, grilling the meats. I found it interesting. Why was Gennet, her name meaning heaven, always doing the masculine things, while all the other ladies sat cackling? I used to walk around at our picnic, pondering the sight of kids plunging themselves in the water, the ladies singing and gossiping, the men and my mother grilling the meats, and then my great-grandmother, the only Muslim, sitting alone by herself a little ways away from everyone else. On our way to the barbecue, I was embarrassed. At such a young age, I thought, how can we bring her with us? She's a Muslim. It's silly now, but I thought that the church would ridicule her. But there she sat in her red layers underneath the trees touched by heaven's light, enjoying the food that was brought to her, playing with my cousins. A few of the church members, one by one, would approach her and greet her. My great-grandmother, at 96, taught me something about life. To dance and wear your favorite clothes, no matter how odd. To sit on your own and enjoy your own prophecies. To praise your Allah. Who knows, at the end, we may all eat grilled meats cooked by unconventional women. We may ponder the sight of leaves a little too long. We may even praise God and then turn to gossip. We may change our lovely sounding names to armpit. We may meet at Jannah or heaven, or we may be there already, who knows. We may reach 100, probably not, unless we fly back home to our mother's lands and eat their food. We may or we may not. But I hope slowly we stop caring for the embarrassing things and allow ourselves to exist with creation. For that we are too. Creatures of creation, let down your glory. Thank you.